why you suck with women. He says men suck with women because they're told to be more feminine, identify with their emotions. Not really. Only a small percentage of the time is that the issue. I've coached hundreds of clients. I can tell you this almost never happens. The reason that most guys suck with women is, one, because they have the wrong information, so they've been following bad advice. Part of that is Rollo's advice and all the red pill nonsense.
Right. So it's me that is steering these guys the wrong way, and not the advice that they have been taking for all of their lives before they had. Remember, to find the red pill, we don't advertise. We don't put it on billboards. Now, this book, it's very hard to advertise a book, by the way. It's just not, it's not economic. If you wonder, well, how come I don't see Rollo's like ad? I only see Rollo ads for the Rational Mail on Twitter. Yeah, because I can do it for free. That's why. You have to seek it out. Most of these guys, the reason why they suck with women is because they've spent the vast majority of their lives in a feminine primary social order that has taught them things, the exact same things that you're saying. They have bad information, not from me, from the world, from the blue pill. That's where they're getting it from a media that tells them that they need to be one way, that they need to be nice. They need to be good, pliable, useful, serviceable guys. They need to be blue pill. They need to identify more with the feminine. They need to get in touch with their emotions. They need to get in touch with their feminine side. They've been saying that since 1968. That there it is right there. I pointed this out over and then what was it? The show in 1970 with Dick Cavett and Hugh Hefner and the feminist stuff. I show you the language. I showed that to you. It's still being recycled today because generations of guys have gotten bad information. And now, finally, in the internet age, we have access, at least, to information that contradicts that. And whenever you come and pull this shit right here and say, oh, no, it's because of you guys. No, all you're doing is being a crab to pull the other crabs back into the barrel. That's all you're doing. You're not helping guys. Oh, I get them all. You know, it's funny is like for the guys who go and like say, like, oh, I've counseled these guys. Okay, how are you counseling them? What are you telling them? How are you changing their minds? What is it that they've learned over the course of a lifetime that apparently I'm not teaching, or I'm teaching them the wrong thing? What are you teaching them that is actually, what do they believe when they come to you? What are they, what do most men, the 80%ers, right? The blue pill beta 80% guys, what do they have to unlearn? Do they have to unlearn this feminine primary mindset? Do they have to go, you know, like I remember back in the day when it was RSD and mystery method and the Venusian arts, that's what it was. One of the things I had to do was teach guys to look other men in the eye, right? To make eye contact with a girl. 3-second rule. You know, if you don't go and approach a girl in 3 seconds, then don't, because it was a practice, or was a, I guess it was a practice that would try to get guys to overcome approach anxiety. Go out and try to get rejected as many times as you can. That was a competition, right? Because you were trying to get over an approach anxiety. Why do you have that approach anxiety? Because you've been taught a laundry list of things in the old order, in the old 20th century, in the old set of books, that this is how women are, and they're not that way. And more with the internet and with social media and with blogs and with videos and with forums and with everything that's available in the manosphere, we go and we say, this is just not right. Even like I said, you take me away, take you away, take everybody away. Men are still, it's unignorable. The manosphere is here. Even if I'm not here or you're not here or anybody else, we erase us all, cancel us all. Men will still be in the manosphere because they see there's something on the periphery, right? That's not right. Let's go look that up. We have access to the data. Oh, there's this thing called hypergamy, right? That kind of stuff. So what are you teaching them to unlearn that I'm not? What do they come to you with? And how do you deal with that? Is it anything different than I've been dealing with for the last 20 years? When I was writing these, like, I don't know how old this guy is. Maybe he's early 30s. When I was writing this stuff back in 2004, once again, what was he, 10 years old? I've been doing this a long time, man. And you know what? You know what doesn't change? The problems that these guys come to me with, that they've had for most of their lifetime, the beliefs that they had, the ideas that this is how you go their game, right? How to go from single and sexless to getting with a girl and becoming intimate, Get laid if that's the case, or get laid and then start a relationship, get laid, start a relationship, and then get married, start a family. All the things that led up to that, to them changing their minds about themselves and going from single and sexless, there was a reason why they were. What are they? You're speaking for mankind. Clearly, you know better than the rest of us. So I don't understand why that's not forthcoming, right?
2, because they simply don't understand how attraction works. So they maybe think, okay, once I get this promotion at work, the girls will come to me. No, they won't. Like, you still need game. You still need to put yourself out there. And 3, simply because they just have bad social intuition. They have a lot of anxiety. They're nervous. They don't put themselves out there. They don't really have balls, right? They need to get experience consistently overcoming their anxieties and putting themselves out there and hitting on women. So the problem isn't that there's this mainstream conspiracy to make men more feminine, right? Not really. That's not really the issue.
That's not the only thing. That's not all I've said. Everything you said, everything this guy's saying right now, I've already said. Guys are socially awkward. I put the stats up last week for the increase in autism amongst men. And boy, just 2 days? Well, I was on the weekend. I put that up. I've talked about this before. I said, in fact, I've talked about this with Rule Zero. I said, what we're doing is we're not teaching games so much as we're teaching social skills right now. You guys go and throw rock. You guys go and shit all over John from Modern Life Dating for doing body language mastery. He's trying to offset exactly what you just said. He made a program to do that. And I had to be convinced too. It took me two versions of body language mastery for me to really sort of understand why, or appreciate anyways, why it was necessary. Because when I saw it, I go, who doesn't know this? Those guys don't know this. They don't have those social skills anymore. What has it been replaced with? It's been replaced with this idea, this trophy, participation trophy generation. Oh, well, we should all just be winners. Where does that come from? A feminine primary social order. Keep rewinding. You don't dig deep enough. You don't look deep enough. Why is it that they're socially awkward? What is it that led them to that? Is it just some natural occurrence, or is it because they have been acculturated and socialized in a gynocentric social order for generations? Or is it because their dads were and now they are worse off as a result? Or is it because their grandfathers were and their dads were and now they are even triple worse off? Those are your clientele, asshole. Those are the guys that you're saying, oh, yeah, man, I help these guys. How did they get that way? Do you even ask these questions? Because I sure as hell do. I got guys all the time saying, Rollo, help me, man. Help me. I had a fucked up childhood. My mom was an overbearing bitch. My dad was an alcoholic. Every day I do personal counseling with these guys. And I know exactly what you're talking about. And the reason they come to this, and the reason they come to these misperceptions, is not biological disorder, not mutants or anything like that. It's because they've been acculturated and socialized in a society that has told them one thing. It's the blue pill. That's the definition of the blue pill. Their conditioning conditions them to believe one thing, and they find out that through the manosphere, my book, hell, even you, maybe. They think those things are not exactly as they used to be. It's called, I have actually 2 posts, but the main one was called The Second Set of Books. And that's in, I believe I put that in the second book. I believe that's in Preventive Medicine. It might've been in the third, but I'm pretty sure it's in Preventive Medicine. And I use this case. There was this guy and his name was Thomas Ball, I believe it was. And the guy set himself on fire. He literally, self-immolation. And he did so because he was trying to get custody of his kids, or he's going through a divorce or something like that. And he realized he'd just come to the conclusion that it was pointless, because everything he had been told up to that point, it's actually his quote, there's one rule set and then there's a second set of rules, the second set of books, right? First set of books is what they teach you and what's your blue pill conditioning. It's like, here's how things should work out. You be a nice guy, you be serviceable, you be a good long-term prospect, you do this, you do that and everything. And then you believe everyone in the world is playing by that first set of rules. That's first set of books, right? Until something screws up, until something goes wrong, until you get to the point where you get to a crisis or you get to a trauma, as he did, and you realize that no one else is playing by those rules. Certainly not women. You want to know why accountability is such a big deal in the black manosphere right now, but really the manosphere in general, is because guys are turning into Thomas Ball. And maybe they're not setting themselves on fire, but they realize that they have been told that there's a set of rules, a set of books, a set of understandings, beliefs that they believe that are mutually applicable to the entire world. And then they get to a point of crisis. They get to a point where they become red-pilled and they go, holy shit, nobody's playing by these rules. Well, what are the second set of rules? Then they learn that. And now they suddenly find that they have better results in life, with women, whatever else it is, because now they realize that people were trying to, again, blue pill versus red pill. That's why. So it's not about like, oh, well, you're just teaching. Why are they the way they are when they come to you fucked up? Did you ever ask that? Do you ever ask that of yourself? Probably not.